Hey guys, so in this tutorial we're going to cover one very important flow that you should have for your e-commerce brand, and it's called thank you flow. I see many e-commerce brands don't have this flow for some reason, and it's a crucial flow that you should have, and we are going to cover reasons why this flow is very important, as well as step by step how to set it up and all that stuff. So this tutorial is going to cover why this flow is so important, how to set it up the correct way step by step, what's the ideal length for this flow, and what you should have in each message. And then we are going to cover some of the best email examples from other brands, so you can have the inspiration when you're designing your emails for the thank you flow. So first of all, let's cover briefly why thank you flow is so important. So many of you might be asking why this flow is so important if it doesn't directly sell to the customer. So it's flow that gets triggered when your customer has placed the order, then you send them 4 or 5 messages, which we will cover a bit later. And many of you might be asking why this flow is so important if it's not directly bringing the revenue on your Klaviyo dashboard. So there are 2 big reasons why this flow is very important. The first one is it reduces the customer remorse. So by providing your customer with great experience, you confirm that their decision to buy from you was a good one. And that way your refund rate and return rate will get way lower. So there are some type of people that after they purchase the product, they might have the customer remorse. And by providing them with a very good experience after the purchase, you reduce that customer remorse, so that way you have less refunds, less returns, and all these things that are just a hassle more for your business. The second reason is you make a great first impression with your customers. So by providing them again with a great experience after the purchase, you increase the customer retention, so they will open more of your emails, they will probably buy more from you, and that way the results of all your further campaigns and flows and everything will be just way better. So even though this flow is not where you directly sell, flow that on your Klaviyo dashboard will not be a high performer, it's a flow that affects all your further sales. So for that reason, you really have to set it up well, and you shouldn't ignore this flow. So now that we have covered why this flow is so important, let's cover how we can set it up step by step in the correct way. First of all, go to your Klaviyo account, then click on flows, then on create flow. Now here you want to type in thank you. You will see these 2 flow templates. We want to go with the left one because the right one has email SMS, and for purpose of this flow, we just want to cover the email. So click on customer thank you, new versus returning. Then click on the create flow. And that's it. Now you have a very basic thank you flow set up on your Klaviyo account. A very good thing that Klaviyo does is they automatically split people that are your first time purchases versus the people who have purchased it multiple times, 2, 3, 4 or more. And this is very good because you can segment these 2 types of people and segment the message for them, because it's not, you shouldn't provide the same experience for people that have purchased from you the first time or 2, 3 or more times. And we're going to cover that in next section. But for now, one thing I like always to do when I set up this is to add one more trigger to the placed order, which is on the top. Here I always like to exclude people who have canceled their order for some reason right after placing the order, because you don't want to send to those kind of people. Why would you? So for that reason, you just click on the trigger as I did, then click on flow filters, click on the button add, then here add a flow filter, and here you want to select what someone has done or not done. Click on that. As a metric, you want to select cancel order. So you have the canceled order here, click on it. Then you want to select 0 times, and here since starting this flow, and click on save. So now all people that have placed the order, then they have canceled it, they will be excluded from this flow, because you don't need to send all 4 emails to those people. It might bother them. For that reason, they might report you as a spam or something. We don't need that, so let's just exclude them. And now that you have set up your very basic thank you flow with only one message, let's cover how long this flow should be, what should each message contain, and when you should send them. So we will talk about the sequence that is for first time purchase, and we will talk separately about the sequence that is for the returning customers, so people that have repeatedly purchased from you. So let's first cover the first time purchase sequence. The standard length for the first purchase flow is 4 messages. So let's just clone this message 4 times. And now that we have 4 messages in this flow, we want to add time delays so they are not instantly sent one after another one. So let's do that. So the next question is when you should send each message. The first message is always recommended to send 1 day after the purchase, and that might be a bit weird to you, but that's the standard practice of email marketing. The reason being is that you don't want to overwhelm your customers with too many emails since their first purchase, because they will already receive one email which is automated by Shopify, their purchase confirmation. So for that reason, you don't want to overwhelm them right from the start. You want to send a 1 day after. No, you don't have to do it that way. That's the standard practice. You can customize it for your brand, but I'm just mentioning what's the best practice for me, my clients, and what's the standard practice of email marketing. So the good stuff about this template is that it already have the 1 day delay when the sequence starts, as you can see on the beginning. What I like to do here is just to remove the specific time of the day. I don't use that much. You can set it up if you want to, but it's not a big deal. I just like it as 24 hours after the purchase. So now they have placed the order, they wait 1 day, then they get split into 2 groups if it's first time purchase or repeat purchase. And if there are first time purchase, they will receive the first email right after the first day. Then the next question is what you should have in this message. So in this first message that is sent 1 day since purchase, you want to thank the customer for their purchase, you want to welcome them to your brand and stuff, you can redirect them to your social medias and stuff. You just want to show them a sign of appreciation for their purchase, for their money and all that stuff. And also you can mention that you're preparing their order, that they will very soon receive the shipping confirmation and stuff. So it should be just a very basic email, and later we will cover how this email will look like so you can have the inspiration when you're designing and writing yours. The second email should be sent 2 or 3 days after the first one. So let's set up the time delay for that one. Click and drag and drop it, and I will set it as 2 days. Click on the save, and that's it. So now what should the second email contain? The second email, which is sent 2 or 3 days after the first one, is your chance to address the FAQs and answer some of most commonly asked questions and stuff about shipping time, or it really depends on what are your FAQs for your brand and stuff. And this will also help you decrease the cost of your support, so your customers will not reach out to you to ask all those common questions. And that way you will also show that you care about them and that you already know what questions they might have and you are proactively answering them. So it's very good practice to have this one to decrease your cost of support and also show them that you care about them. So that's when it comes to the second email. The third email in this sequence, they should receive right after they receive the product. And it really depends on your shipping times and stuff, what's your average shipping time. So you have to calculate that and send it at that point. So for example, if your shipping time is 5 days, we will set this one to be as 2 more days delayed. We will set it 2 days, click on save. So now this email will be sent on the 5th day of the order. So what should this email contain? The third email, which is sent when they receive a product, should be about the product education, the best use cases, blogs, and all the stuff. So once again, you want to improve your customer experience, and especially if you're selling some products that needs a bit more of education and stuff, this email will be very good for you because once again, you will show that you care about them. And by doing that, you will increase the customer experience and stuff. And at that point, they will just become your brand ambassadors and stuff. Because if you educate them on the product that they receive, they will have even better experience when using that product. Later on, I will show you one example of very good email for this, so you can have inspiration how this email should look like. But this is very important email of your flow because it increases the customer experience once again. And not too many brands do this, so it's your opportunity to differentiate yourself from the rest of brands. Now that they have received the third email, when should they receive the fourth email of this sequence? The fourth email of this sequence should be usually sent after they've had some time of using your product, so they have already some experience of using, hopefully a positive one. So let's say for this example of the 5th day, they have received the product and they have had like 10 days to use the product. So we will add the time delay of 10 days here. Let's say 10. Click on save. And this email, which is sent after they have had enough time of using your product, is usually the review request email. You want to ask them for the review, how do they like it, all that stuff, so you can get a bit of the feedback and you can have even more social proof for your further sales and stuff. One very good tip is, if it fits your brand of course, is to reward them for leaving a review. Usually you want to reward them if they give you some UGC, like the video of how they're using the product and stuff, because that will help you with all your further sales. It will increase your conversion rate and stuff, and you will get a valuable feedback from your customers, what they liked about product, what they didn't like and stuff, so you can improve your products and increase all your further sales. So that's it when it comes to the first purchase sequence. Of course, you want to change the content of this email, which we will cover on the end of this video. So when it comes to the sequence of the repeat purchasers, how long this sequence should be and what should each message contain. The standard length for returning customers flow is 2 messages. And in the first one, which is sent 1 day after they have placed orders, so we don't want to change that. You should again thank them for their loyalty and stuff, appreciate that they are purchasing again from you and all these things. And again, you want to push them to your social media community because they are already some kind of your brand ambassadors. They're buying more from you and stuff. So you want to redirect them to your social media where they can learn even more about your products and stuff and all your social media content. The second email of this flow, and I will put that one, should be sent 3 or 4 days since the first email, and I will set that flow right away. You set up the flow and set, for example, 3 days. In this email, you can send them a personal thank you from the founder with a quick brand story and stuff, because they're getting engaged with your brand. You can also ask them for the review on website and stuff. So just like you want to show them again the appreciation and all these things. Later on, you want to build the VIP flow, which will reward all these people that are repeatedly purchasing from you with a discount code. But for now, let's just keep it simple without throwing away all your profit margins with coupons code. Just show them the appreciation because they're becoming your loyal customers and stuff, and you want to keep them purchasing from you. So now that we have covered how to set up this flow, how long it should be, when to send each message, what it should contain, let's cover how great email examples from other brands look like, so you can have the inspiration when you're writing and designing your emails. We will go to the website called Really Good Emails, so we can search for some inspiration for this flow. So when you go to the Really Good Emails, you just click on behavioral and you scroll this all the way till you find thank you. And here you will see a lot of thank you emails that you can get for the inspiration for designing when it comes to your brand. Some of these thank you emails are for the welcome email sequence, which is not the sequence that we're looking for, but I have already prepared 3 great examples that are for the thank you flow that you can find in this document and have them as an inspiration. So the first one is from the pets brand. You can see, thanks for your purchase, thank you for shopping with us, we're glad you did, blah blah blah. Short and concise copy, a bit of the brand storytelling and stuff, then purchase summary. And as you can see, they already have here the visit FAQ page, so they have probably incorporated the second email with the first one. I recommend you having these two as a separate one because it will just increase your customer retention. I always like to communicate 1 message per email. I don't like to communicate 2, 3 or 4 things per each email, because 1 message per email just helps your customer consume your messages easier. You can see they have some value propositions on the bottom. So very simple, short email that just shows the appreciation for their purchase. The second email is again the thank you email. The first one, your support means more to us and all that stuff. So as you can see, very simple first email. You don't need to complicate this. Show them appreciation, welcome them to your brand, tell a bit of the story from your brand and stuff, and that's it. The third email that I've prepared for you is the educational email. I think they have done it pretty well, so let's see how this email looks like. As you can see, they are starting with the product education, how to use that air purifier and stuff in 4, 5, 6 very simple steps with icons, which is also very good. You want to have imagery and text because it just makes it way easier for your customers to understand your product and stuff. So this is very good educational email. Any questions, give our experts a call, then a phone number and support, which is also very good. That way they will also gather more questions that people have, so they can reiterate these emails and improve them further. So I think this example is very good, and this is how the product education should look like. So that's it when it comes to this email flow. Don't ignore this flow because it's very important. It is the flow that provides your customers with better experience. So if you provide them with better experience, they will associate you with great experience and stuff. So you need to have this flow if you want to improve your email marketing and overall the customer experience. If you like this video, like and subscribe so you can get more email tips like this. I post about email marketing, conversion rate optimization, and meta ads. And if you're a brand that's doing at least $50,000 per month, reach out to me so we can help you scale your e-commerce brand with a complete done-for-you solution. See you in the next one.